under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Byron. February 2nd minutes will be passed around, the February 2nd minutes to be signed. Is there any additions or corrections to the February 16th meeting? Any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Move to accept.
Second. A motion by Mr. Allery, a second by Mr. Dodd to pass the February 16th minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those pass. No old business tonight in front of the Drainage Board, but tonight we do have new business with Hostetler Acres subdivision. Jason Henderson.
Yes, good evening, Jason Henderson, 108 Freedom Court, Kokomo, Indiana. Here representing Lester Hochstedler. They're looking to get acceptance set for your next meeting for Hochstedler Acres subdivision, which is a single lot subdivision where they would like to build a residential home. The drainage looks like we'd be hooking into an existing tile that's located on the property for the perimeter tile and located in Liberty Township. It's approximately 1.90 acres gross, so that's what we're here looking for this evening, gentlemen.
Any questions for Mr. Henderson? Any comments? Mr. Lake, do you have anything for Mr. Henderson?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I would entertain a motion to have Hostetler Acres public hearing on March 16th at 5 o'clock. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Dodd,
Second.
second by Mr. Byram. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5 o'clock on March 16th.
Thank you, Board.
Daventry Place site plan, Chad Myers. Chad Mays, I'm sorry. I think our eyes tell us one thing and we don't
Yeah.
read it. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, good evening. My name is Chad Mays. I'm with Kimley Horn Associates located at 500 East 96th Street, Suite 300, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Here to request approval for the Daventry Place drainage. The site falls from the north to the south for the most part. There is a little bit of off-site flow to the east, but the site will outfall to the south with an improved, upsized legal drain. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer those.
And so, Mr. Blake, is this a city, county, is this a city project?
This is inside the city, but they're tying a new drain to our regulated drain, so that's why he's in front of this board and meeting our ordinance for discharge requirements.
So the discharge requirements will be our discharge requirements or the city's?
Ours, they have to meet ours. Ours is more restricted than the city's.
Sure.
And did you say you're gonna change the size of the regulated drain, or?
Yeah, we were proposing to upsize it and improve it, just to make sure it had capacity.
And is that part of this project or after the city takes it over?
It's part of this project.
Can you give us a brief, just a brief explanation of what the Daventry Place is? Because I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, certainly. It is a multifamily project. It incorporates a clubhouse, amenity areas such as pickleball court, pool area just south of the clubhouse. It'll also have some garages as part of the development.
How many families will this be able to hold?
I'm thinking it's around 215 to 250. I don't have that exact number in front of me, but there are, that's kind of units. There are 8 proposed multifamily buildings, so.
I guess I did not catch that you were needing to upsize the regulated drain. I thought you were tying to it.
We are proposing to tie to it. It was my understanding as part of the project that they're actually acquiring it from, that was going to be part of the requirement for it to get approved was to upsize to the next size up pipe, which I believe right now it's a 24-inch.
I'm not even sure it's that large?
Yeah, it was a bit confusing on our survey as it showed a 12-inch furthest upstream, CMP, I think that goes under the road. And then, but the manhole downstream to the street to the west, it was showing a 24-inch in the manhole, so.
But that tile is only, I believe it's only an 18-inch tile.
Understood.
And you're looking at raising that to a 30-inch?
That's what's proposed, yes.
So I remember prior to this project, there was another project that was looking at this location, and the city was going to take jurisdiction of this regulated drain so that they could do just exactly what you're talking about.
Understood.
That hadn't happened yet. So I guess that's what I'm trying to think through is that going to take place prior to this development? Is the city taking over that? Or I need to contact the city engineer?
We probably all need to have a discussion with the city to
Yes.
further understand.
I think so, because I guess I didn't realize that you were anticipating on upsizing that as part of this development.
It may not necessarily require it because we are holding back-to-back 100 years in that
I
detention
thought you
pond.
were, that's why I wasn't.
Yeah.
When I read your summary and looked through your report, you were holding everything, so I just
Oh, yeah.
assumed you were tying directly into us and it was gonna meet your flows.
We could certainly look at that to see if that pipe.
I'm all for the city taking this drain, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
That was the intent when we put it in, after the construction was done, the city was gonna take it over, but that just hadn't happened yet. But that may need to happen before this goes on, or during this process, because we can't do a reconstruction, we can't say they could tie this into a 30-inch tile, when the 30-inch tile isn't there, and if we were going to upsize that, it would be a 4-month process.
Well, this would be part of the project for sure if it's required.
Okay,
I would say the 18-inch could probably handle it given our release rate because, again, this
You're-
pond is sized for dirt really for the
Right.
site. And with that, it can hold,
much more than it's needed.
correct,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I was looking at. That's why I just thought that was the direction you were going when I read through the report.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't catch that.
Yep, we can,
We probably need to have a conversation with the city
Mhm.
to see how we're gonna move forward. We can still keep this track moving forward, it's just, we may hit a hiccup before we get there.
This is just to the west of the park right there.
Yes, this is the old Fay Beal drain that was vacated, and water was running over the top of Judson, flooding the homes on the south side, so Dave and I put this tile in. Mr. Stearns paid for it. He passed away before we got it accomplished, but his son finished it, and that's why it's the Stearns drain.
So what would this apartment complex do to all that around there?
They will actually help reduce the flooding because they're gonna hold it back. So not as much water will go across the road. If they upsize the Stearns drain to a 30-inch, it all goes down to a 60-inch interceptor drain that the city owns. So that was the intent when we put it in, is that the city would take it over. We just haven't done that process yet.
Even water from the park?
A little bit of water from the park comes this way, but not a whole lot.
I would, I'd like to add to Greg's response to, we're proposing to pre-grade the south side of our project and put into the southeast corner an inlet to accept the off-site flow from the park. So that pipe and culvert that goes under that south drive is accommodating that flow and trying to help it flow better really, because
So you're gonna extend the drain across the front of your property to the east side so that the park would pick it up?
yeah, that's correct, but it's still along the frontage of our property, and really it's in the right of way. So to your point, Greg, it probably should be the city's at the end of the day.
I think it should, that was the intent when we built it. I just know John and I haven't gotten the attorneys on board to get the municipality to take it over.
Is
We've
this,
talked about it, but we haven't.
does
gotten
this
it.
slow us down tonight?
No, I think you can still do the acceptance tonight and set the public hearing, but at the public hearing, it may cause us an issue. I just don't know what issue yet. I need to talk to John and see how he wants to handle it.
I would say downstream to the west of this property, because they don't own that whole field, they're not acquiring
No.
the whole field. So that's where it's gonna get interesting, because it's still gonna need to be in an easement. And I think we all need, like Greg, myself, and the city need to talk through that and what that looks like, because I don't know how that would work.
So if the easement takes over the drain, they get the 75-foot easement, right of entry. It comes with it and any funding that's set up with that drain. So they actually will have a mechanism to pay for the funding of that. I've got a document put together. Alan has seen it. We sent it to TJ, city attorney, and that was the last time I had the conversation with John, and it was on the attorney's desk. So I don't know how quickly it's going to move, but it looks like it needs to move fairly quickly if you guys want to start development.
Yeah, and I might propose like some sort of conditional item, and it may not be necessary tonight, but maybe like on the the
I'm
16th or
guessing
whenever.
at the public hearing,
Yeah,
Mr. Pike's going to have a request of a conditional approval.
And how many apartments are we looking at here?
I don't have that exact figure in front of me. I apologize for that, but it's probably around 200. It's on my site plan. I can pull it up and give you that after this. I unfortunately only brought my grading and drainage and utility plan, so that site plan is what
We
has
have
it.
the entire set of plans in the office, if you guys would like to see it. I just took out experts for your,
Yeah, sure. That's just a lot of apartments.
It says 8 buildings.
it's packed. I mean,
It is
it's very tight and it's packed.
It does, there was another developer looking at the site prior to my client, and they had to seek at 35-foot, or reducing the 35-foot minimum required separation from the multifamily buildings. This project does not require that variance, so though it is dense, it's not as dense as that last project. And again, I'd like to just note that the pond is going to detain and slowly release the site, so it's really, to your point, Greg,
It's
improving
an
it.
improvement. It will be an improvement for the water flow because it will all get held back to our rates instead of the 10-100 rates of the city. Unless they take it over and they let them do what they want. So, but I think you've shown that it can be done very easily, so.
Okay, thanks for the discussion. Anybody else got anything else? If not, I'd entertain a motion to set this for a public hearing. March 16th. A motion by Mr. Alry,
Second?
seconded by Mr. Byram. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? March 16th at 5 o'clock.
Thank you all for your time. It'd be great.
Yeah, we'll get together. I'll call John tomorrow and see what we can get done.
Sounds good. Thank you all.
Okay, Bogue Field subdivision, Brian Pierce.
Good evening, everybody. Brian Pierce, 40th Parallel Surveying, 118 East South Street, Tipton, Indiana. Bogue Fields is a one-lot subdivision encompassing 1.97 acres net. The lot will be served by the Taylor Regional Sewer District. Taylor Regional Sewer District has issued a letter confirming that they can and will provide sewer service. No perimeter drain outlet is required or soil borings have been performed. We would like to request March 16th for public hearing. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Did I hear you say correctly, no perimeter drain is required?
It's going through Taylor Sewer District, so.
Taylor
yeah.
Sewer District.
Correct.
So Steve, on that point, I do have a question, and Brian, this has absolutely nothing to do with your site in particular. My question is something that's, I've questioned for years and years and years. So, this board, we always approve the drainage plan, and back in the late 90s, this board didn't even look at the drains. They just said there was a drain on the site and they would okay it. And it caused lots of problems at the health department. And that's when I had a conversation with Jake and said, man, you gotta look at these drains, see if they're working, because we're getting septics in with permits and now we can't build them because the drains weren't there, they didn't work or whatever. So that's when we started looking at physically verifying those outlets, making sure they were deep enough and free flowing. We've been doing that ever since the late 90s. One thing that I never quite understood is when we aren't required a perimeter drain for a septic, we don't look at any drainage. I mean, we look at the site in general, but some of these lower lying areas that individuals end up building houses in and then have drainage problems, and we don't have an outlet. Does this board want to continue that practice, or do we want to take a different approach to that? I don't know what the right answer is. I just wanted to put that in your guys' thought process a little bit, because I think we're potentially missing something important.
Does it matter if it's a one-lot subdivision, or does it matter if it's a multiple homes?
Currently, it doesn't matter.
But,
Should,
It should. I mean,
because I
even
think
if-
that we're at the point now where we're dealing with some of these systems that were put in 30 years ago, and this kinds of things weren't taken into consideration, and now we're trying to solve problems that are,
For example, Mr. Long's issue. It's the same thing. We have a low-lying parcel that, in the middle of it, if they don't build there, they're fine. But if somebody built a house there, because we don't necessarily say where the house has to be built, it needs a drain. There is a regulated drain to the west of this lot that they can easily get to, but we aren't even looking at it. So I don't know. I just think we could be doing it better. I'm not sure where that comes into play, whether it comes into play in the subdivision ordinance, which is where I think it should be, but we haven't updated our county subdivision ordinance since 72, I think it was.
How many of these come across your desk in a year's time that are concerning?
Well, right now, we've seen 2 this year that
Okay.
I haven't looked at drains.
In 2026?
Right.
and because we haven't updated that ordinance in so long, we're kind of paying the price for it now.
Absolutely we are. I mean, back in 2010, we tried to get that ordinance updated, and there was a valiant effort to make it happen, and it kind of died.
not only are we not updated, we've set ourselves up for legal problems.
This one in particular caught my eye, and like I said, it has nothing against you, it's just, every time I see this, I go,
Oh, no.
what if they need a drain? Where are we gonna drain it if they need a drain? They wanna put downspouts in the ground, they don't want it on top of the ground.
Where
Where's
we
it gonna
go?
go? We don't know, because weren't required to look at any of it. Those are just the simple things that I think we can fix, or we can at least hedge problems off that we're missing. And I just want you guys to think about that, and we can change our policy to where all subdivisions, we need to make sure has a drainage outlet. I think we can do that with Mr. Sheeline without an ordinance change, but I think we need some direction if this board wants to go down that direction or not.
I think it makes sense to upgrade the subdivision ordinance, and I think it's something that should probably come in front of this board sooner rather than later.
I would agree with that.
Okay, well, this one he has a railroad track on the north boundary line that I'm sure he can get a drain to, but I don't know. Do you know where you would take a drain if needed?
I don't, I can find out.
That's just something that I think we've been not doing as well as we could, and we just need to think about that and try and work in that direction.
Absolutely.
Doesn't a lot of it depend on the grade of the house, though, on the property?
Sure.
I mean, you could rectify a lot of ills by,
Yeah, this particular
this
lot,
would
if
be a
you,
good one to do that.
I think you have you have a low spot in the middle of the
Right
lot.
in the middle of the lot. yeah.
Where is the house gonna go?
I presume it's gonna go near the minimum building line?
Yeah, and they'll probably move some dirt to do it, yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, is if they're trying to save money, they build on top of the existing grade, we now have a problem house. And I'm not gonna deal with it. 20 years down the road, he's gonna deal with it. Or whomever's sitting up here is gonna be dealing with it, and they'll be in court over it because we approved it. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing right now with
Yes.
several other
Yeah, absolutely.
situations.
Back to this specific one, I am glad that Taylor Sewer District's in a position where they can be able to take on new homes and expand and do some of those things, because the commissioners have worked hard to make sure that that's a functional system that's doing what it's supposed to do. So that's good news.
It is.
And that does not include stormwater, correct? Right, which is the problem. I mean, not the problem, but we got to do something with the stormwater.
Right.
All right, what's the wishes for Mr. Pierce tonight?
Well, we can't change policy tonight, so I'd move that we go to public hearing.
Got a motion by Mr. Ulrey, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Dodd. All in favor of public hearing for Bogue on March 16th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? March 16th, thank you. That's all the new business and other business tonight. We got HCDB 2601, the Stall Shank Regulated Drain, expiration of judicial review. Michelle?
And there was nothing filed, so we were able to proceed with that drain.
Thank you. Any public comments tonight? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Dodd and Mr. Bray, all in favor say aye.
Aye.